All right, let's talk about something that causes so much stress for couples who are trying to start a family. What's the deal with semen flowing out after intercourse? Is it wrecking your chances, or is it totally normal? Today, we're going to separate the myth from the reality.
And this is it, isn't it? This is the big worry that keeps people up at night. You're wondering, is this the reason it's not happening for us? It's such a common, stressful question. But stick with me because we are going to get you a clear, science-backed answer right now.
First things first, you've got to understand just how many people are worried about this exact same thing. If this has been on your mind, well, you're in very, very good company.
I mean it. You are not alone in this. This is one of the top questions that fertility specialists hear, especially from couples who are just starting their journey. It's a shared anxiety, and just knowing you're not the only one, is a huge first step.
So, let's park the worry for a minute and just look at the straight-up biology. What is actually happening inside the body? The answer is pretty simple and honestly kind of fascinating.
Okay, to really get why leakage isn't the problem, you need to understand the numbers we're dealing with here. In just a single ejaculation, a man releases over 20 million sperm. That's not a typo. 20 million. It's like a massive army all heading for the same target.
And out of that huge number, that 20 million plus, how many are actually needed to fertilize an egg? Just one. A single sperm is all it takes to get the job done. The whole system is basically designed with a ton of backup. In fact, the very first drop contains more than enough sperm to make it happen.
So what's all the liquid that comes out then? Well, that's semen, and its main job is to be the delivery truck. It's just a fluid that helps carry and protect the sperm on their journey. But once the sperm are on their way, the fluid has done its job. Think of it like the rocket that launches the satellite into space. Once the satellite is on its way, you don't need the rocket anymore.
And here is the single most important takeaway. The fluid flowing back out is completely 100% natural. The female body isn't designed to hold all of it inside. It's supposed to come out. It is not a sign that anything is wrong, and it is not lowering your chances of conceiving. Okay, so if worrying about leakage is a total dead end, what should you be focusing on? If trying to stop the flow isn't the solution, then what is the real secret to boosting your chances? Let's get into the stuff that actually works.
This next part is all about practical, actionable tips, because while the leakage itself isn't the problem, there are definitely a few simple things you can do to give those sperm the best possible shot at reaching their destination. The number one most important factor is timing. You have to know your fertile window. For most women with a regular 28-day cycle, this means having intercourse every other day between day 12 and day 22 of your cycle. Timing it this way makes sure there are always sperm waiting around for when ovulation happens.
And here are 4 little physical tricks that can help. First, just stay lying down for about half an hour afterward. Second, you can prop your hips up with a pillow or put your legs up against the wall for about 15-20 minutes. Let gravity do some of the work. Third, deeper penetration when he ejaculates can help get the sperm closer to the cervix. And finally, if he doesn't pull out right away, it kind of creates a temporary seal, keeping everything inside just a little bit longer.
Now, while that immediate outflow of semen is totally normal, I know what you might be thinking. Is there any time I should be worried? And that's a fair question. What if you notice a discharge the next day? Well, that's a different situation.
Let's be super clear here. Normal leakage is the fluid that comes out pretty soon after you're done. But if you've gotten up, walked around, gone to the bathroom, and then you notice a new discharge the next day, that might not be semen at all. That could be something else.
So if you're experiencing that kind of next-day discharge, it's a really good idea to just go see a doctor. It could be a sign of a simple infection or something like pelvic inflammatory disease. And since those things can sometimes affect fertility, it's always best to get them checked out and treated.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. We've busted the myth about leakage. We've gone over some simple, practical tips. Now let's refocus on the 2 things that truly matter in this whole process.
When you boil it all down, it really comes down to these 2 things. For her, it's all about timing that ovulation right, knowing when that fertile window is open. And for him, it's all about sperm health, having enough of them, making sure they can swim well, and that they're shaped correctly. These are the absolute pillars of fertility. And this brings us to the most powerful step you can take. It's time to stop worrying about what's coming out and start a conversation with your doctor about what's going on inside. Ask about ovulation tracking and getting a sperm analysis done. This is how you move from guessing to knowing. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. On this journey, where are you putting your energy?
Are you focusing on the myth that only creates anxiety, or are you ready to focus on the science that actually brings clarity and real solutions? The choice you make there, well, it makes all the difference.